Hey guys, it's Rob from Flip Aquatics. Today I'm going to do an update on my Shrimp King tanks that I got from Dennerla. And so we're going to go through, I have some Taiwan Bees, I got some Peric, and I got some Aurora Blues. So we're going to give an update on my personal tanks behind my desk at home, and I hope you guys enjoy, so stay tuned.
Hey, what's going on, Shrimp Keepers? So I wanted to do an update on my tanks in my house, the JBJ / Dennerla Shrimp King tanks / Scaper tanks. They got a lot of names to them, but they're the rimless. As you can see, they're doing good. The plants look really healthy. This one has a lot of algae, but the plants look phenomenal. This one has even more algae somehow. They all get the same amount of light, and this one isn't doing as good. So I'm going to clean it up. I'm going to do a water change, kind of get the whole system back in check, and I'll do an update here in a little bit. But I mean, it looks pretty rough, I'm not gonna lie. So I'm gonna feed them. We're gonna see how all the shrimp are doing. I had a lot of die off in that first tank. You can see the Taiwan Bee tank. There's still a ton of shrimp, so that's really good. They're all up top. I topped off all the tanks a little bit ago, so they're up there eating the newly discovered algae, and so they're excited about that. And then this tank, which is the Aurora Blue Tiger tank, there's not too many in here. You can see there's a little bit of algae back there, the black beard algae. That stuff actually came in on the roots of the Anubias, and you can see it's mainly on the old leaves. The new leaves don't have it whatsoever. That one does, but I think it was on there prior. The two new leaves look good. The new leaves on this Anubias look really good as well. And so I'll do a water change, I'll feed them, and then we'll see them when they're in there. But as I'm looking in there, there's a dead one, so that's not good. So they desperately need a water change. Up here, the temperature swings were just too crazy until we invested in a AC unit and a heater, and so we have both those running all the time. So if one kicks off, the other one kicks on, because here in Ohio we have some crazy temperature swings. And so I'm going to go ahead and do an update. We'll talk more about it in a little bit. I'm going to clean these tanks up, and I'll be back in a little bit. Alright, so I'm in the middle of cleaning them, and I just wanted to point out that I did see a shrimp, so there is some Aurora Blue babies in here, which they seem to be doing good. I've seen about 3 so far, but I definitely wanted to get this one on camera before it moved. Because what happens is, in this tank, the Aurora Blues, they blend in so much with the substrate that it's hard to actually see them. And so when I do see them out and about, and I fed them yesterday, so I won't be able to feed them today. 1, because it will be overfeeding, and 2, because they just won't eat it. So I definitely don't want to overdo the tank. So I'm just kind of watching for them as I do maintenance and see if they come out. But yeah, I'm glad that there's definitely still some in there, and it seemed like they're doing pretty good, so that's always a good thing. Alright, so the only tank that is actually doing well up here is Amanda's tank, which is the Taiwan Bee tank. It's fairly decently planted. It's the only tank that was set up prior to moving in here, so the other 2 we set up once we got them here. This one was set up at the warehouse for about 3 months before moving it here. So I'm thinking maybe that has something to do with it. But the shrimp are doing really well. So as you can see, there's a buried one right there. There's another buried one over here, which I think he went under the leaf. No, he's actually back there, or she. And for those of you that don't know, buried just means that they're pregnant, and so you can see all of her little eggs underneath her tail. But yeah, so this tank has been doing extremely well. There's another buried one right there. There's some really nice Taiwan Bees. A lot of these are mischlings, like most of the females are mischlings. Let's see, where's this one at? Right there's a red fancy tiger. That's some of the ones that we imported. I think these specific ones that are in this tank we got from Andrew Wayne, so shout out to Andrew Wayne. I'm pretty sure that's who we got them from. And you can see they're fantastic. They're Amanda's favorite shrimp. There's a nice wine red. You can usually tell the Taiwan Bees
opposed to the mischlings or crystals by their rostrum, which is their nose is a solid red color, and their colors are usually more solid, for lack of a better word, and like this one, it's just solid color, whereas like the crystals, like this one right here is actually that one's a Taiwan Bee, the black one, big fat Taiwan Bee too. But like, let me get a good example. Like right here, see how it's like more of a clear color? It's more translucent, transparent. Whereas like all the blacks are pretty solid. Like check this black out, like completely solid colors. I think this one's really cool because it's got black right on both of, or it's got white on both of its eyes. So it's a really interesting looking one, and it's a female too, and she looks buried. So let me try to get a closer look on her. Sorry for the shaky camera work. Of course, I didn't clean the very bottom of the glass, so we can't get a good look. But yep, nope, she's got eggs. I can kind of see one hanging there. So that is great news. Amanda's gonna be thrilled about that. So that one looks really good. This looks to be another big girl. Can't tell if she's buried or not. No, she's not. But as you can see, like right below her on the Fizdens, is a baby panda. And I mean, there's babies everywhere. Like if we look over here on the filter, there's some really nice babies on there. Can't tell what they are, but there's one right there. That looks like a wine red. Those ones look like wine reds as well. So yeah, so I'm super excited about this tank. So glad it's doing well. What plants do we have in here? We have Fizdens, which is this plant right here, and we have a little bit of it right there. And then we have Crypt Hobbit, which is a crypt that just stays really small. We got sturgeon repens in the back, which it looks like the new growth looks really good, but there's some growth that looks really bad. And I think that's just from lighting or whatever. I believe this is Crypt Cordata. It might even just be green Crypt Wenti. We got Crypt Flamingo up front, which is finally starting to take off. And then Crypt in the back. I'm not sure what it is. I'd have to ask Amanda. But yeah, so I'll actually go in and start feeding these guys, and then you guys can see what they look like when they swarm the food. Okay, so I just dropped the food. Literally, I paused the camera, dropped the food in, and they are already going to town. So they were definitely hungry. Yeah, so they are just going to town on it. And currently what we're feeding is we feed the Shrimp King Complete. We honestly feed this in all of our tanks now. It's just a really great food, and you'll see even as we're watching, like it will start flaking apart instantly. And so there's not very much fighting for food. I mean, right at the beginning, because literally I just fed these guys. And so look at the color on this red right here, this one. Oop, too close. Is that not amazing colorations on that red? And you can see the one in the top right there is definitely a mischling. Those nice eggs on her. So yeah, so it's always good to watch feeding time, because you really can see, what's going on in the tanks. The blue bolt's looking really good. There's a blue bolt right there. There's a really funky looking shrimp in the top. The one in the, actually that like greenish yellowish one, that's pretty cool looking. Same thing with this one. But yeah, you'll see that this food will just start falling apart nice and slow, and then they'll just take a little piece and go off and start eating. So here's a little piece right here. You can see they're kind of picking at it. Two of them are, and the wine red is, oh my gosh, stunning. And again, we're not color enhancing at all. Like this is just what they look like. Very, very awesome colors. And so Amanda had some really nice blue bolts in here, and a lot of them died off. I feel like this one's really nice. Blue bolts are one of my favorite. We just placed our import order and ordered a group of extreme blue bolts, so I'm really excited to get those in and see what they look like and get a tank going for them. There's two swimming around fighting for the food. Let me see. Look at this little guy. Oh, he literally just disappeared. That's a panda. Taiwan Bee, black panda. What a beautiful shrimp. Yeah, so I'm really, really happy about this tank for sure. And it's right behind my computer desk, so it's a good one to look at. It's got some blue pigment to it. It's beautiful. Sorry. And here's a nice fancy tiger, or red fancy tiger. We have a bunch of these coming in our next import order, so I'm super excited about that. And the good thing about being the one that imports it is I get to pick out all my favorite ones before I sell them. So that's always a good thing. I love this one. This is one that I actually bred myself. And how I know that is it has the exact pattern of all the ones that I've been breeding. And I know Amanda always steals them out of my tank, so that's alright. What are wives for, right? Beautiful. Alright, so the last tank is the Peric kadena tank. And there's really not too much going on here. She's kind of freaking out. I thought she might have been buried, but I don't think she is. She is spazzing out. So this tank kind of got neglected. Actually, very much so. And a lot of the shrimp died off, unfortunately. They did breed one time, and I'm not sure how many babies survived, to be honest. Again, this tank did get neglected just simply because we were so busy, and unfortunately we did lose some shrimp because of it. I didn't keep up on water changes, I didn't keep up on evaporation, you know, all that stuff. So it's completely my fault. I take 100% of the blame for it. But luckily we still got, it looks like, 3 females and 2 males in here. This one looks to be another female. And I guarantee in like this big clump of moss, there's definitely babies in there. Because I've been seeing babies, I don't see any right now, but I've been seeing them over the last like 3 days. I've been checking in just to see how it's doing. This moss isn't looking too hot. You can see how it's kind of like changing color right there, and a couple other spots. So I think I might pick up some easy green from Corey from Aquarium Co-op and start dosing in here and kind of see what happens, because I do think there's a lack of nutrients in here. It also could be the lights that are bleaching it out, but I really don't run the lights that much, and so it shouldn't be that. And it definitely isn't because they're not getting enough light. Trust me, because I have tanks that the same moss grows in and I do like no light to except for random window light, and they do phenomenal. So what I decided to do is I cleaned the front glass, but I left this glass, and the reason why is, I mean, shrimp love algae. In nature, they eat algae, they eat leaf matter, they just eat anything that falls to the bottom of the river. And so I left all the glass panels dirty, just so that they could have more surface area to graze on, things like that. So all in all, I mean, the tank, you can see there's some water from my messy water change. But yeah, so all in all, the tank's doing okay. I definitely want to see it rebound. I think I just saw a baby swim by. I definitely want to see it rebound, but you know, we'll just see. We'll wait and see. I'll keep you guys posted on this tank, or updated on it. And so yeah, so we got a long battle. So the Taiwan Bee is just bouncing back to them real quick, because they are still going to town on the food. Absolutely love this tank. Like, just gotta move this food out of the way. Like, just look back. Like, what a beautiful tank to watch. And again, these are the, I don't think I said it, but these are the 10-gallon JBJ tanks, or they're supplied by JBJ, but they're Denerla, Shrimp King, or Skeeper tanks. They're both the same exact tank. So, yeah, just absolutely loving it. And then you got the Roar Blue tank, Roar Blue tires. I'm gonna have to restock these as soon as the import comes in, so stay tuned for that. I just had to get this red fancy tiger on camera because this one is absolutely gorgeous. Like, let me see. This red fancy tiger is absolutely gorgeous. Again, I'm pretty sure we got these from Andrew Wayne. So huge shout out to Andrew Wayne, just an awesome United States breeder. Also one of the judges for the 2017 USA Shrimp Contest held in at the Aquatics Experience in November. So that's going to be a great time. So huge shout out to Andrew Wayne for this beautiful, beautiful shrimp. And yep, so we got a lot of awesome shrimp in here and a lot of great things going on. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the update. Some of the tanks aren't doing as good as I would like, but the Taiwan Bee tank, they are still eating away, and I'm really excited with how that tank's doing. So thank you guys so much for watching. You guys make it a great night, and I'll talk with you guys soon.